But you see the 4-year or the 3-year age advantage for Ortiz, a half-inch height advantage.
Ranked number 5 in the world by the WBC, Vicious Victor Ortiz, welterweight champion of the world, Andre Berto.
Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up. Box.
Both guys have come out late.
Ortiz has come out here to prove
his punches are short punches.
Left hand lands for Ortiz. Berto wobbling again.
Back in January, Bradley and Alexander.
So Ortiz remains the busier fighter, more willing to let his hands go, more fearless.
There you see the legs. That's why he's in the ropes, because of the legs. Focus, and this is the type of guy that I hate to go in the ring.
But so far in the first round, Berto is busier, and down goes Berto on a hard left hand by Ortiz, and Michael Ortega is not going to rule it a knockdown. He's going to say that Berto tripped over Ortiz. Ortiz with a big right hand. Ortiz walks through it, keeps throwing. Berto blocking the shot.
Taking his time. He's trying to land his 1 or 2 short punches. There you go, those short, compact punches.
We wait to see if a boxing match will emerge from the slumming. And painted twice. Now he lands the right hand again. Come on, if you want to brawl, let's really brawl.
But you let the guy keep throwing those punches. He's playing the numbers game. Sooner or later, he's blocked. He wouldn't have went down there had I been hit.
Berto staggered again. Straight left hand by Ortiz. And Berto does go down in the corner this time, so now Ortiz has the credit for the knockdown that he didn't get the first time around.
Hey, we go.
I will not be denied. And that's the way he's fighting.
2 more hard shots. Another right hook for Ortiz.
It's his whole state of mind coming into this fight that he was facing.
Let's see if Berto has his composure back.
Yeah, very explosive. And he still, Ortiz wasn't hurt that bad when he got up as compared to the way Berto was when he went down.
Uppercut lands for
He's going to go.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't know why he kept motioning him in, because every time Berto was
motioning, his legs is not that sturdy right now, and he needs the ropes to hold him up.
Were it not for his second, Ortiz has been throwing around very menacing comments recently, quoting Mike Tyson.
The blow landed anywhere above the waist, and it did, even if it was a grazing blow.
Maidana ultimately got the better of him physically in the fight.
Berto,
terrific right hand shot in the corner, but Ortiz took it and stayed right there.
That's as good a news.
Holding on.
Let him go.
Ortiz is fighting.
Hard right hand by Berto, another big hook. Ortiz is a man on a mission.
And he's tired.
Big left hand by Berto. Ortiz walked right through it.
The way he did.
All of Ortiz's punches are very
There's the right hand again, and now Berto has a knockdown.
That's an official knockdown, but it will probably do the balance, but still it's an official knockdown.
Ortiz's glove touched the canvas. It was clearly the result of the punch.
Surprised by that.
I'm stunned. Berto pastes Ortiz. Ortiz is trying to land one more big right hook.
Let's go. Step back.
First round, he's having a big third.
See that look in his eye, that I will not be determined. I will not be lose tonight.
Another straight left hand lands for Ortiz.
If Ortiz would go to the body a few times, he might finish him. Southpaw, who was basically a right-hander.
Berto has a look of concern in his eye. Ortiz is trying to get rid of him right here.
This will be a very
fest, which has taken place so far, but they're back to slugging again.
But Berto was.
Watch your head. Watch your head inside.
Ortiz's power shots before. Again, Berto motions him in.
What is that? Manuel, why is he doing
that? His legs are still weak to me.
He's still leaning against the ropes for support. Still motioning Ortiz.
Listen to me. All you have to do is boxing.
But don't just throw the left slowly. Don't throw it slowly. Remember, this is a dangerous weapon you have. Throw it straight.
Seeing the phrase fight of the year candidate is perhaps a bit overused, but
That he could stand toe-to-toe with him. Berto is fighting this fight as though he just needs one punch to change it all.
Ortiz the punch with the right hand.
Ortiz's legs are very weak here. This is the 6th round. It was the round that he lost to Maidana. The island of Jersey off the English coast.
You entirely get a little excited.
Thank you.
Does anybody think that he's won?
It's amazing that the power that New York Golden Gloves.
Just making the distinction for you. Down goes Ortiz on a perfect right hand shot by Berto. Second knockdown of the fight for Berto. And you can feel the fight, and then they trade another pair of big shots.
Well, he probably should have been fighting all the time.
This was part of the mantra for Ortiz coming into the fight. That he's been a
Slow start for him, or is it just Ortiz?
I think it's Ortiz. Ortiz, the clock is ticking out, so he's trying to get that one shot out. They're earning their reputation the hard way.
Let him out. Let's go. Behind the head.
His uppercut is good too. Now Ortiz is gonna.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable! What a fight! George Foreman and Ron Lyle stand aside. We've got an amazing slugfest in Connecticut.
Ortiz told us a kind of
I've worked with him when I was training Eminem. We was talking about that.
7:55, 4 rounds to 2. Victor Ortiz. You know, Jim, let's talk about round 6.
Oh my God.
skills pay the bills, meaning boxing is better than brawling, but
Berto, as you mentioned, had a history of these kind of tumultuous fights in the amateurs. Of course, in the amateurs, presumably a stronger opponent. Ortiz testing Berto's legs once again. Glorious tradition, the Golden Gloves. Emmanuel, weren't you?
your story of winding up spending 2 weeks of a vacation. You want to be great men in this sport. Recognition, Jim, if he loses this fight, and for any fight that he's won.
This is the best start Berto's had in a round.
No, don't hit him.
And he now seems confident enough in his legs. Hard right hand by Berto.
Watch your head.
I asked earlier if there was an American fighter in the house. We've seen the last knockdown in this fight.
Not I. Not as long as they're throwing what they're throwing. By Ortiz. Ortiz still physically dominant into the fifth. Been a welterweight fighting in the junior welterweight division. And right now, it's been a great round for Berto.
Yep.
After he was in so much trouble through the first 5.
You know, speaking of 50
punches, these are huge shots which are landing for both fighters.
Everyone is as fresh, and their legs aren't.
Excited and energized by the nature of the fight they're in.
I mean, Berto hasn't been able to pull the trigger as much as he.
It's all you have to do is box. It's so simple.
Don't throw that one by itself, because he's catching you. Don't throw that one by itself. We always told you not to throw that one by itself.
Ortiz covered in with one perfect shot. But, you know, it's going to be very tough because Ortiz is so...
As trainer Tony Morgan has asked him to remember that he has a good jab to hit Berto behind the head again. Now Ortega tells Berto he's holding.
Thought he was winning, and all he had to do was box for 4 or 5 rounds.
At least on Harold Letterman's card.
Let him out. Step back.
This is the way Berto looked in rounds 1 and 2.
Well, they promoted him a little too early as the next Oscar. It surprised a lot of people, most of all, how well he's taken some of Ortiz's.
He has a magical backstory. There were some
And it's amazing at this pace that they've been fighting, that they're still throwing punches with energy in it. And he's got to try to land that right hand.
Well, let's get the numerical drop.
We should remind everybody
Good left hand by Ortiz.
that Berto is ranked only
This, no doubt, is the motivation to try to make the round an even round.
right now. Before we know what happens for the next 5 minutes of this, he would stop the fight if Ortiz would land another.
And Ortiz
couple of
is
clean
doing
punches.
just what he should. He's
Victor
working.
has been bringing it in every single round. The way he has eaten them all night long.
86-83, 6 rounds to 3, Victor Ortiz. There's no question.
Just one up.
But if the stock of both fighters went up, the stock is giving Berto a chance to win the quiet rounds here. And fans may be surprised.
Easy enough. He needs one big shot. He's really got to do something spectacular. 86.
And that this is the first
Looks
fight.
like there's a new welterweight in town, and his name is Victor Ortiz.
And this is
They're going right together. If he could just move forward and
Big
then
right hand.
hold it for one more round.
You know, to tell your fighter that he's up.
As we mentioned, the slugfest all the way. Andre Berto is settling into a little bit more of a
Agree
boxing.
with Harold on the last round. I have Ortiz. Is determined to not let happen what happened in the Peterson fight.
And Ortiz succeeded in evening the round.
Go back for a minute and have Berto off balance.
At this point, Emmanuel, he has created for himself a style which is about risk, and he just got hit with 2 big.
I do like the way he breaks him up quickly and doesn't let those clinches go on.
Step back.
He's a overwhelming favorite to retain his title. Next Mexican-American who would be a big box office attraction.
Another stratosphere. And fans will not be able to wait to see him back in the ring. He wound up against the ropes, trying to get the ropes to help him stand up. Another big left hand for Ortiz. Berto eating the heart of a fighter. No one will question his heart after tonight.
4 pounds all the way through. There's never been any lack of power in the punches. And even though he would go in and then take a step back, he would be better because they keep colliding. They're going right together.
And Ortiz is having his way again.
Only behind Pacquiao and Mayweather in the welterweight division.
Try to rescue his position in the welterweight division.
Ortiz right now, I think, is the welterweight champion of the
Step back. Step back. Take time.
We go for your winner by unanimous decision and new WBC welterweight champion of the world, Vicious Victor Ortiz.